Hi everyone, it's Priya Anand and we are Spiraling. In this show, we talk about curly hair to learn more about our culture, from our personal identity to how the world sees us. Quick update, you're going to be hearing from me more often. We're introducing minisodes. They're shorter episodes, a handful of minutes long, because our full episodes are narrative stories like the magazine features I used to do as a journalist, but on audio. They take a lot of reporting and production TLC to make well. But there's so much I want to talk to you about sooner, so this is how we'll do both. I'm really excited. Let's get into today's minisode. It's Anne Hathaway here with The Devil Wears Prada 2, The Odyssey, and everything else, and she said that we could soon get a third installment of Princess Diaries, her most iconic role, her first major film, where she plays Mia Thermopolis, a regular San Francisco girl who turns out to be a princess. The Princess Diaries is a generational classic for millennials. And while I love the movie, I also hate it and find it to be one of the most uniquely damaging for women. You can hear why from Medea, a listener of this show who found We Are Spiraling on social media and shared her story with me.
Hi, I'm Medea Giordano. I'm a writer living in the Northeast, and I'm 31. I have always had a complicated relationship with my curly hair. And growing up in the 2000s, super sleek straight hair was in, and I just couldn't understand why I had to have coarse curls. Even when we bought our first flat iron, it did not produce anything near what you could do today. I remember watching The Princess Diaries for the first time and asking my mom, look at what they did for Mia's hair. Why can't we do that for me? And she had to explain that they had to intentionally make her hair look that way in the before scenes, which then made me realize that they were using curly hair to emphasize that she was quote unquote ugly. And then she didn't get pretty until they could figure out how to straighten it. Obviously, watching it now, that's not the case, but I had already considered myself ugly at that point because of my hair. And it just really drove the point home. And it took a long time to work through that.
Anne Hathaway did an interview with People magazine last month, and she told them that she had one regret related to the movie. She said, "My natural hair is rather straight, so we had to create a contrast. We gave Mia curly hair, and people thought we were saying that curly hair is unattractive, which was a terrible, completely unintended side effect. It was just a matter of it was going to be easier and less time in the makeup trailer for us to just go with my natural hair for the post-makeover stuff. So it was a decision that was made for practical reasons that wound up having unintended consequences. But other than that, a pretty flawless experience." Let's break down her comments because I don't fully buy this explanation. We've interviewed a celebrity hairstylist when We Are Spiraling. Matthew Collins told me that curly hair is, in his words, technically looked at as more disheveled in Hollywood. So this idea that it was easier to create a contrast from her normal hair by making it curly, they could have done a lot of other things to make her straight hair look bad while still being straight or somewhat wavy. They could have dyed her hair. They could have given her a terrible before haircut. They could have made her hair look dry and straw-like. But the easiest way for them to signal bad was by making it curly. Hollywood uses that as a shorthand. I've reached out to Anne Hathaway's team at least twice in the past year requesting an interview on this topic and how she actually feels about it. So I'm glad to see her addressing it. But I also think that the explanation falls flat. The article also says that Anne finds it beautiful that girls who watched The Princess Diaries as kids are now watching it with their own children. But I actually find that troubling at best. This framing is going to continue to poison young minds and hold them hostage.
I'm Kat Rowland, and I'm a friend of Priya's. When I saw the Mia transformation in Princess Diaries, I was probably 8 or 9. I was really young, and I had curly hair that more or less manifested as bushy hair because I was dry brushing it and didn't know how to take care of it. And, by that point, already wished I had straight hair. And I think I watched the scene and felt like, oh, thank God there's this technology. I don't think I was aware of hair straighteners, keratin, whatever it is we had at the time. I kind of watched with anticipation of oh God, how are they going to deal with this hair? Because I certainly can't deal with it. And so for me, I almost watched it with a sense of relief. Oh, good, there's something to be done about this. I just have to access that technology.
To this day, Kat still straightens her hair regularly. These representations of women and beauty on screen have a real impact.
I feel like The Princess Diaries was maybe the most prominent example of movies, Hollywood, television telling me curly hair, big hair, frizzy hair is an undesirable trait. It's something to be fixed. But I also feel like certainly that was a big one for me because that's the movie I watched as a young girl. But as an adult, I've come to see so many other examples of Hollywood telling you this more or less explicitly or implicitly. I look at evil characters in movies like Linda Cardellini's character in Legally Blonde, like Glenn Close's character in Fatal Attraction, and even to some extent Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, where we're told curly-haired women aren't to be trusted, that they are not stable.
We dug deep into why Hollywood hates curly hair in episode 4 with Seinfeld's Annie Korzen, and in episode 2, why are so many people secretly curly. Find them in your feed to hear more. I'm still waiting for a movie where a lead actress has straight hair and they give her curly hair as part of the makeover. Send me your questions about curly hair, our culture, and anything else you'd like me to address in one of our future minisodes. I'm Priya at wearespiraling.com. This show is produced by Citizens of Sound and hosted by my upcoming hair care line, Mayura. Theme music by Lopcon. See you on Instagram and TikTok. Our handles are in the show notes, and talk to you on here very soon.